Hello, this is Crypto CJ. Welcome to the Trade of the Day video. This is the Monday night Zoom edition, and got a pretty good group here, and we are in the midst of a Bitcoin drop. So let's check it out. We could have some dip trade opportunities right here, right now. So okay, you guys see my Bitcoin chart on the 5-minute?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
good. As you can see, we've had a drop from yesterday afternoon, or actually this afternoon. Keep thinking today's the 31st. In the last 3 hours, we dropped a little over 3.5%. That's multiple percentage points for the altcoins that we like to trade. So a lot of the coins are down 5 to 10%, and we're seeing this 1, 2, 3 dip pattern. If those of you who've seen the iCoinPro training that I like to send to everybody to introduce them to day trading, this is the kind of thing we're often looking for. So we'll take a quick overview, and then we'll look at some potential trades in both Altcoin Alert and iCoinPro. So this is the day chart. We haven't seen 30,000 in a long time, so hopefully that's behind us. On the 1 hour, let's go to the 4 hour. We're still in this channel. Well, we just broke through. Hopefully we have a bounce right back, but we'll see. 1 hour, obviously we've dipped, but it's coming back. We did dip briefly below 47K. My Bitcoin short from Wednesday is now up 50 cents. So I was keeping this alive to keep the market up. For those guys you don't know, I have a superpower that whenever Bitcoin drops, if I do a short position, it usually bounces right back. So anyway, can't scientifically prove that, but that seems to be the trend. And all right, let's look at Ethereum real quick. Well, actually back to the 5-minute on Bitcoin. Yeah, we've got 4 candles trending up on the 5 minutes, so we might be done with this dip. On Ethereum, it's kind of mimicking Bitcoin on the 5-minute chart. On the day, still in this long channel. I'm going through this kind of quickly because I want to get to some actual trades. We don't actually get to do these very often. So Ethereum is stuck in this kind of pennant/channel. It's really just been hanging out between around 3,400 and 3,000 for a couple of weeks. So I like to see it punch through, but we haven't had that yet on Ethereum. So 1 hour bounced off the top, probably from the Bitcoin dump. We'll say a drop, not really a dump. When I think of a dump, I think of double digits or higher. And on the 5-minute, yeah, this is the second standard deviation on the Bollinger Band that we're used to looking at. I've got the third one there too. Might be a little confusing, so I'll turn that off. This is what you guys are used to seeing. So we've got perfect dip sequence. We've got the squeeze here, and then it bubbles out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I have a 4th dip. Candles coming up. So we're going to see this pattern in a lot of the coins we look at. Some of you guys might want to jump in some coins while we're on or shortly thereafter. So okay, any questions on Bitcoin and Ethereum before I go over to Altcoin Alert? All right, let's see what we have on Altcoin Alert. We were updated a minute ago, and we've got Stellar, Axie, Venus, Linear, and Polkastarter as the top 5 on the AA. We've looked at Axie many times over the past few weeks. I've got XLM up here. I was looking at that earlier, so let's look at that one. Again, it's the same dip sequence we've been seeing. Let's look at the day chart. Big dump in May. XLM slowly coming back and then dipping again. So recovered up until about a week ago, maybe half of what it had lost, but it's dropping again. That might be why AA thinks it's due for a comeback. On the 1 hour, mostly sideways, dipping slightly. And so on the 5 minute, we've got a nice sequence here, and then 2 pretty strong candles pumping up. We've got wicks going down here. That's usually a rejection of the low. For those of you who've learned about candles, it's coming up now. So kind of like that, that one. And I might just throw in a quick trade. I have my Binance. I went back to Binance to some degree. I was so frustrated with the other programs or the other exchanges I was using that I went back to it. So I'll do a little bit of leverage here. All right, so that's XLM. Not financial advice. Just because I took a trade doesn't mean you need to. Do your due diligence. I've got some indicators here too. The RSI and the RSI stick. Actually these are the same. This has divergence on it. RSI is moving up. MACD is about to cross. So we'll see. And let's see what else we have on Altcoin Alert. Look at Axie again. Okay, same pattern on the 5 minute chart. Just hit an all-time high recently. Yeah, this is one of those gaming tokens for NFTs and things like that. So hit the high of 84. It's down to 73 today. Yeah, flirted with 80 earlier today. It's back in the low 70s. And going through a dip, so could be a good one. But if Bitcoin keeps dipping or returns to a dip sequence, you might have to ladder buy. And I've done videos about ladder buying before, but that's when you buy in a second position lower, and that increases your overall, or it raises the price of your profit if you have 2 positions in the same coin of the same amount or maybe more on the second position. That's what I usually do. All right, so on Axie, yeah, looks like it may want to dip again. We'll see. And XVS, let's check that out. I don't think that's on my list. Yes. Yeah. This one really hasn't come back that much from its high back in May of 141 all the way down to 15. Well, it's doubled since it dropped to its bottom, so that's not bad. 1 hour chart, recent high of around $32. Would be a good day trade to get back to that. Keep deleting this, it keeps coming back. All right, so a good day trade would be to catch this dip sequence. You got 2% up to this resistance, which sort of coincides with the SMA line. Some more resistance up here around 4%. So that would be a pretty good day trade. Okay. So that's 3 coins we've gone through on the AA score on Altcoin Alert. Does anybody have any questions about the dip sequences I've shown you and the AA scores? I heard a sigh. Was that someone frustrated with me, or somebody wants to speak?
Oh, I don't know, that sound wasn't me. This is Damian CJ. I'm kind of bit of a newbie, as you know, but I just joined, so I'm just trying to catch up. I had a different meeting link and I kept trying to get into that meeting, but anyways, I found your most recent email, so I'm here.
Okay, good. Good. Welcome aboard. Sorry, we
Yeah,
did exchange a couple of emails, or I added you to my
we
list or
did,
something like
yeah.
that.
We
Okay.
certainly did. I'm happy to be here listening to all the people that know so much more than me. It's great. Appreciate it.
Well, soak it up. And for those of you who are new, my approach is sort of a beginner to intermediate level. I'm assuming you're in Altcoin Alert, and that you've gone through their introductory videos, that you've watched the video I've sent you about the 1, 2, 3 dip from iCoinPro, so that you have at least some basic knowledge about day trading. We're focused on day trading here, but we do talk about swing trading and some longer term options as well. So, all right. And I'm trying to show you guys how to use this Altcoin Alert that you subscribe to, so you can get some better entry points. And also, good exit points as well. So that's why I show you the, like where these candles are clumped up. This is resistance. So you usually want to, when a coin drops and then bounces, that's usually a sign of support. Obviously, we're on the 5-minute chart, so this is short term. So ideally, you buy at support and sell at resistance. That's oversimplified, but that's how we like to do our spot trading. So. All right, so we've done 3 coins off Altcoin Alert. And then we can do some different kind of sorts also. We can sort by the Elder Impulse, which we've been doing a lot lately. John brought up the social activity sort a week or 2 ago. So we do that sometimes. Trading activity, we can sort by the AA score. You can look at those that are outside the top 5. They're still bullish. Like we have the top 5 here, but you have number 6. Also, with the very bullish indicators here. These are all coins I'm not that familiar with, though. So, and then trading activity, we're looking for fire or thumbs up under trading activity. Some of these have really shot up. The CeeLo coin's out of control. They had a partnership with a few other big hitters in the DeFi space. I think that's what's caused this. There was an Altcoin Alert Slack significant development warning or alert, but it was a couple hours late, so we missed that one. But let's look at CeeLo. Yeah, it's got everything we're looking for except this. Very bearish. I'm usually looking for neutral or higher. So I think Altcoin Alert believes that CeeLo's already had its run. So we'll check it out anyway.
CJ, do you ever look at the graph on Altcoin Alert and the statistics underneath of it?
The graph.
Yeah, if you click on a coin, it will actually show you a graph for the last couple of weeks between the coin price and the significant developments.
The AA score.
There you go.
Yeah, this is which one? What you mean?
Yeah, and then you've got all your information underneath that you can kind of look at what's happened over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I did look at this a lot when it first came out. When I learned that there wasn't a relationship between these, that turned me off to it. But you and I have talked about this, and there still seems to be some value in this. So to be candid, I've been more focused on my leverage trading lately. I'm gonna spend more time on spot trading and using spot trading and using these more of these tools that don't necessarily help me in leverage stuff. But
I was just wondering.
Yeah, it's because we've got, see, the white line is the AA score. So there's sort of there's a real low AA score here.
Uh-huh. I know they say it's not a correlation, but I find a lot of times for me,
Hmm.
it is. And it's not the decision maker. It's just one more piece of information to everything I look at to make that decision is all I use it for.
Right. And then if that helps you out, and yeah, I need to look at this again. Make a note of that.
Yeah, I do the same.
Check.
But
AA
the more
score.
information I can stick into the decision, I find the better my decisions are and the better time I make profit.
Exactly. And that's why I pointed out the like the RSI I had on my Bitcoin chart a little while ago. But I'm usually try to have 4 or 5 indicators in play, and it doesn't always work. But if this, if this helps us out and other indicators do as well, I've got the RSI on this one, the MACD. If these indicators are pointing up, then I feel better about getting into a short-term trade.
And I'm still learning that stuff there. I'm still a beginner on that stuff. So
Yeah. Like
but
here's a
CJ
close-up.
is teaching me.
Yeah. Here's a close-up on the MACD. It's bullish when the blue line's crossing the orange or red line. RSI, relative strength index. Again, when this is pointing up, that's generally a sign of bullishness. So MACD stands for moving average convergence divergence. Moving averages are tools that we use to try to see momentum in a coin. And this last one here, I had the RSI with divergence. Divergence is when there's a disagreement between the RSI value and the price action. So that's a little more advanced stuff. But anyway, these are all kind of tools we can use.
Hey, CJ, I've got a question about the RSI.
Okay.
When we're looking at the RSI, I see the numbers. Obviously, a higher number is better, but it doesn't seem like the scale necessarily like ever hits above kind of like 60 or 70 from what I've seen, because I throw it on mine too, just to kind of help. But is there a number that we're looking for? Or are we looking more for direction or trend?
Well, it depends whether you want to do a dip trade or a trend trade. If you're trying to go with a trend, then you're looking for something that's going with your trend. And since we're almost all spot trading on here, we're looking for the RSI to trend up. And if you catch it down here in a low value, 30 or below, it's generally due for a retrace. If it's above 70, then it's usually due to come back down. It's just generally, it works about maybe 60% of the time off the top of my head, but because sometimes it'll go down here and then just keep dropping. Sometimes it'll go up and keep going up. So, it's just one of those tools like Pat mentioned that can help us out to show us the direction of the market.
Got it. But there's no set number necessarily that.
No, you're looking, if you want to dip trade, you're looking for the number to rise from the 30 value.
Mhm.
And if you're looking to short, which is leverage stuff, then you're looking for it to drop. If you want to do a short, you're looking for it to drop from this level. So
Yeah, I understand the concept of a short, but yeah, I'm not educated enough yet to give it a shot.
no, you should learn your spot trading first, definitely. So.
Yeah, although I'd love to have more options, but baby steps,
Sure. Okay. So yeah, RSI and MACD are the main tools that we use at this point in our spot trading. So All right, so CeeLo, it doesn't seem to care about Bitcoin at the moment, and it's just in the squeeze right now. Wouldn't want to trade that. At 7% to go back to its recent high. That's not bad, but a little bit risky buying in a squeeze like this.
Is this the
All
one that
right.
was giving us like the 15 AA score? Like
Yeah.
really bearish?
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's like nothing to, it's nothing I'd do.
no, I'm not even sure why I'm doing this. So,
Yeah, 11 now. Okay.
all right, so that was the AA score. Has a trading activity sort. And all the ones that are on the top of the trading activity sort are bearish because they probably had their run already, according to Altcoin Alert. On Phantom, this one's interesting. I've been trading this today. It's got a neutral AA score, fire on trading activity. On the 1 hour projected range, it's projecting 7.5% or 8.4%. So anyway, I'm usually looking for a 5% or higher in this one. Bullish on these. Short-term sentiment's bearish. It's been up 37% already. So I usually think something like this is already played out, but let's check it out. Because it should show us something a little different than what Bitcoin's has shown us. So I think we hit an all-time high. Or almost. Yeah, I was flirting with 90 cents earlier today, which is pretty close to the high it had back in May. And on the hour, yeah, big pump, dropping some and then going up again. Yeah, so the coins that aren't following Bitcoin, the Bitcoin dip sequence at the moment, are just kind of squeezy like this. That's a little deceptive. It looks like a squeeze visually, but there's 10% between the top and the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. Got 3 straight red candles going down. If this turns around a little bit, you can maybe catch a trend trade if the RSI and MACD are cooperating. You know,
Yeah, Bitcoin's dropping again.
yeah, I figured as much. It's my punishment for doing a trade
Yeah.
during the show. So
We learned
All
a
right.
valuable lesson.
yeah. So now I've got, this happens sometimes, one long going one way and a short going the other. All right.
DJ, could we take a look at GRT? That's something that might be tradable. I was looking at trading that right before the show. I think it went through a nice dip sequence.
Yeah, this is looking like some of the other coins we looked at, GRT. So actually one dip, it never got back to the Bollinger Band. So that's one
Was
dip right there.
Was GRT included in that announcement with CeeLo? Does
I
anybody
don't
know?
know.
I felt like it was, but I
It
could
may
be
have.
mistaken.
Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of, it might be going through another dip sequence. So I got 3 straight red candles going. Yeah, Bitcoin came up to 47 and then dropped below it
Yeah.
again. So it might,
Yeah, it was included if you go to the article
okay.
with that CeeLo announcement. So I wonder if it's just playing
Huh.
off of that.
Well, then you would think it'd be going up.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, I wonder if Bitcoin's affecting it. So sorry, I'm trying to find, there we go. All right, so you see the significant developments.
Yeah, that's the one, the bottom one.
Yeah, curve sushi. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I think this one came out while I was in the shower working out or something, and
I
There
saw it and I jumped in. I got so excited
Mhm.
because I was trying to figure out like what's the right thing to jump in on, and then I jumped in on CeeLo, and then it still had a little kind of gas, and then it started just tanking, and then the AA alert came out that it was bearish, and I'm like, okay, I'm out. So it just kind of leveled out on that, but
Okay.
um,
Yeah, the partnerships are, I usually try to get 5 to 10% on those, depending on the overall market.
mhm.
But you just never know what's going to happen. And then, but this pumped. Let's go back over to the charts. This pumped around 6 in the morning Pacific time. Yeah. Shot up between 6 and unfortunately our alert wasn't till over 100%.
1257.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that didn't really help us. At that time, that had played out. But the partnerships don't usually move this fast. This resembles more of a new listing type move. So partnerships usually have a little more time, but I don't know what to say on this. I hadn't seen a partnership move a coin this much, 100% in an hour. I hadn't seen that before. So
CJ, do you have any rules around when you see something and it's already, say, 10%, 12%, 50%? Do you kind of, is there a point where you kind of go like, okay, that's probably already running too much or already played out? Like, is it 10%? I mean, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know.
no, it's an excellent question. And to be honest, I don't. I try to look at the coin's history and the circumstances. The biggest mover is a listing on Coinbase or Binance. So, and I've found that sometimes there'll be an announcement that it's going to be listed. It'll pump, it'll mellow out for a while, and then it'll pump again. So, but it doesn't always work that way. So. It's been frustrating on the SIG devs on new listings because for one, we're not going to get it first. No matter, how good the tie is, the people in the know, the people who, whales who own the coin or the people in the company or on a project or people at the exchanges are going to know first. And there's no such thing as insider trading in crypto. So they're going to pump it first and then sell it when the retail people like us come in. So I had one a week or two ago like this that I got out of with a small profit, and then it did a little correction and shot up again. That was a little frustrating, but since I made my goal, I think I made 5%. I was okay with that. I say many times, never apologize for taking profit. So anyway, I drifted off your question a little bit too. I don't have a set number. No,
You just kind of assess at the time. Yeah, I guess, as I kind of see more of the things that you guys see as I'm looking at it, it'll be, I guess I'd be better able to make that decision.
Yeah, because if we get this news at 1 o'clock and it's already pumped, that's gonna have something to do with my decision of whether I get in or not. And it did go up some.
Yeah, I guess it's sometimes I've seen some and it's like they've already pumped them, like, oh, like ship has sailed on that one, and then it just keeps pumping, so
Yeah.
could have got in for another 10, 20, 30%. I'm like, and then sometimes I'm just like, well, last time,
Yeah,
so yeah, I just didn't know if there was any
like
rule,
Solana.
and I guess, yeah, to look at it, it's really
That's what I was thinking. Solana, how many times have I looked at it in the last 3 days and went,
Oh, I know.
no more room left, no more room left,
I
no more
know.
room left.
Mhm.
Oh, well.
I think there's still a lot of room left. I haven't bought any more. I would just wish I had more.
Mhm.
So
Well,
But-
now we're drifting into our swing trade / long-term hold sadness that you know, when
Yeah,
you buy a Solana, I bought that coin probably a dozen times between $15 and $40, and you know, sold it off for 5 or 10% profit and felt good about it. And now it's at 100. I just don't trade like that. So anyway, it doesn't really bother me that much, but if you are a buy and holder and you like to, you know, hold projects, and Solana is a good project, you know, that can wear on you. So nothing wrong with getting a little bag of it and stashing it and holding it for a while. So
Solana.
Can I ask you a
I
question
want to
back
see
about,
where it's at on your Bollinger Bands.
okay. I did trade this a little bit today and leverage, but so it's a 5-minute
That doesn't look
chart.
bad at all.
No, we had a pump up here to 116, drop down to 106. So, I mean, there's room for it to retrace back up, you know, 4%, but see, I don't know if 4% is enough for me to buy up here,
Yeah,
you know, so I would want to see a dip sequence more like we're seeing with Bitcoin. I want to see something like this before I get into Solana. So anyway.
CJ, oh yeah, I'm not sure if we got sidetracked when we were in the middle of GRT, because I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
were we done with that or?
sorry.
I don't feel like we were done.
Okay.
No, I don't think we, I don't think we are.
Well, I'm thinking of buying it
That was
right
probably
now.
my fault. Sorry, Robert.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking, because it dipped even again after our.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to come back and then went just kidding and dropped again. So that's frustrating.
Yeah, but
My
Or
Exxon
that's
trades
good
in.
timing.
it seemed like there's
Mhm.
room for like an easy 10% possibly on this.
Yeah, if you bought it now, and if we are trending back up,
Well, that's two
you got, you know,
green ones in a row. Not
yeah,
very much volume, but
no, got, you know, 3.5% to the SMA line, and then to this resistance here, about 6.5%. It's not bad.
I'll take that.
15-minute did have a high of
Ooh.
92 cents. If it went back there, that's from
Right,
yesterday.
that's sort of what I'm looking at, something like
That'd
that.
be 10%, wouldn't it?
Uh,
84 to
the very
92.
top, yeah, it's 9.5.
Yeah, that's what I just put in a buy at 84. See what happens.
Yeah, we do like low buy orders. It's good to keep an eye on them though, in case you're catching a falling knife. But
Right.
Robert, you keep watching, and if it goes down anymore, the rest of us will buy in. How's that?
Okay, sounds good.
We'll pay attention to what CJ's saying.
All right, it's a plan. I got that one. I got that going on my cell phone. So.
Okay.
all right. So I think we're done with Altcoin Alert then. Wow, we're zipping along here, about 35 minutes in. So for those of you who are new, I sent you a link to a training, the 1, 2, 3 dip that we talked about quite a bit. And that's the main strategy by this company, iCoinPro. iCoinPro is a day trading information source of both training and potential trades to make. And they have a couple tools they use for that. My two favorites are the RSI Spy, and we talked about the RSI a little while ago, and the Buddy Coin Crawler. We'll talk about the RSI Spy first. I like to sort by the 1 hour. And I'm looking for values 30 or less. Like I showed you on the RSI before, when it goes below 30 and starts to come back, that's usually a good sign of a dip trade. So we've got several here on the 1 hour that are below 30, most likely due to the big Bitcoin drop. Let's check one out. I've got both Coinbase Pro and Binance on here, and I can click one of these to get a drop down menu and go immediately to the chart. So I'm gonna do that for Matic. So this is our Coinbase Pro chart. Generally follows Bitcoin. Let's do a big picture view. It was recovering nicely up until about a week ago and then dipping again.
You're on the 1 day. Are we supposed to be on the 5 minute?
Eventually.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
doing the broad view first,
okay.
then the 1 hour.
Yeah, I was studying this one pretty closely today myself.
Yeah. Got a pretty good drop here. And then 5 minute chart. This is where we like to enter our trades. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a 5 dipper and a red candle here, might be a 6 dipper. So this is why I usually want to see some sign of recovery first, but that's not a guarantee that we're done dipping. So, you know, if you got in here and it dips down here, that's when you might want to buy a second position. So
28,
if you
28
got
on the
this
map.
dip here, it's 3.4% to the SMA line. I've got some resistance here right around the, I think that's my 200 EMA moving average, 5%. Some more resistance here around 6.5, and then a little over 7 going back to this morning. So we're
Would
looking at
you,
the,
would you put your sell, assuming you bought in close to here, would you put your sell at your SMA line and then do your stop losses if you're keeping track of it? Correct?
on a spot trade, I rarely use I rarely use stop losses. I like to ladder buy instead. Now this is different
Okay.
than what most people teach. So, you know, if I bought this here, I'd put an alert down here. You know,
So you'd buy a little dab at 130, then you would put a buy-in at roughly what, 127, 126 and
usually around
3/4?
5 to 10%, depending on,
Okay,
you know, how aggressive the coin's been. And so if that goes off, I reevaluate. I see, I essentially do the trade again. I look for some signs of recovery, and then I'll go ahead and get in on a second position. So
Without stop losses, do you close all your positions at night before you go to sleep?
it's a good question.
Thank you.
On leverage, definitely. On
Okay.
on a spot trade, no, I'll leave an alert, and I hope that the alert wakes me up because
Yeah, I have a hard time leaving stuff
Yeah.
overnight.
No, that's fine. I don't blame you.
I-
And Justin Clark, the co-creator of iCoinPro, would be horrified at that. He closes all his trades.
Okay.
Before he
I've
goes to
made
bed.
some of my best trades were done leaving them open.
Me too.
yeah, really?
Yeah.
Oh my,
I wake up and I bought it and then it's bounced up and I'm out.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Buying's
But
different than selling.
it's a little dangerous. So
Yeah,
I could put a low buy order out, go to sleep,
I do
Oh, yeah,
that.
right.
I do that sometimes. So,
but
but you know, I'll sometimes
yeah, it's
put a low buy order in, forget to make a note of it, and then 2 days later, I'm in a trade that I totally forgot about. You know, it shows up on my list, and it's usually negative. It's like, oh man. So that's just a little sloppiness. So,
who the
all
hell
right.
got that?
Yeah. So that's Matic. Again, looks like the similar dip trades that we've looked at already. And let's see, we were at the RSI SPY. That one. And we'll look at one more from this. I'm looking for pretty good volume here, 10 million or more, you know, 100 million's better. I don't really look at stuff that's under 10. All these are over 10 at this point, so that's helpful. And I don't trade Bitcoin pairs very often either. That's like trading 2 coins to me. I've had mixed results with that. So we looked at Matic on Coinbase. Let's look at PancakeSwap. I've got a little bit of that, little bag of this. And we are on the Binance chart. And it's looking like all the others we've looked at. Quick view of the day. It recovered nicely from the May dump, but it's been drifting down the last couple of days. The 1 hour, yeah, it's dropping like Bitcoin. 5 minute, yeah. 1, 2, 3, like 3 long dips on this one. We got a green candle now. Yeah, if you got in up to the SMA line, 4.5%, that's a good day trade. Got some resistance here, a little about 6.5. Couple of big spikes here, but can't really count on those. So there's a little bit of resistance here on 7%. So that's what I would look to do with Pancake Swap. All right, and then let's look at the Buddy coin crawler on iCoinPro.
Maybe, okay, yeah, Dot. Have you looked at Dot?
Not yet.
Look,
We'll see if that shows up here. Okay, I'm sorting this by this column here, the average low to SMA. The low is a 24-hour low. The SMA line is that pink line you've seen between the Bollinger Bands on the charts I've showed you. We've looked at CLO already. It's got a 10% value. That's really high. I'm looking for 5% or higher. This mask network keeps popping up. Not that familiar with it. I've heard of Ray as well. A little more. Let's look at mask first. We will look on Binance. We'll look on Coinbase Pro. I'm trying to go to Coinbase Pro now more for for my spot trading. So the fees are quite a bit higher. That's annoying.
You guys looked at anything on CoinEx?
Not familiar with it. I've heard of it, but
You might want to take a look. It's got quite a few coins. I've been playing with it and I've had some good success and not a lot of trouble. So it might be another option to add to the repertoire.
That's kind of my go-to for all kind of weird coins.
Yeah, it's got a lot of them on there. I use KuCoin in that one, and then Coinbase Pro are my big three. So
Those are my big three. I'm in Washington, so I can't get Kraken, and Binance is, yeah. So I have trouble with that. I think the only thing about CoinEx is the volume isn't as high, so you have to watch it a little closer.
My guess is that most of the people that come to your calls, CJ, start out on Coinbase because it's so easy to get onto.
yeah,
So
Yeah,
you're
I
probably
did.
talking to an audience of Coinbase users, and then people get into the other ones.
yeah,
But,
yeah. And I just, in the past, I've been on Binance so much that, that's where all my charts are, and that's what I'm comfortable with. And but I've tried to use Coinbase Pro more for, to diversify. And I've been concerned about some of the news about Binance, and they haven't kicked me off yet. So, but yeah. And then I realized a lot of you guys are on Coinbase Pro. I am too. So I'll try to use more of their charts. And of course I said that, and I brought up a Binance chart kind of on reflex, but maybe next time.
and I think you said that Justin from iCoinPro is mostly using now Coinbase Pro.
Yeah, he's been off Binance for over a year. So he's also got a relationship with that exchange. So that sort of makes sense too. But
Right.
so anyway, here we are on Mask, and we had a big pump here to $20, down to 12 since then on the 1 hour. Yeah, it shows that drop from the 25th. 5 minute. Not dropping as much as some of the others. 1, 2, not quite a third, but with this much dippage, I have no problem getting in. And sometimes, not only candle action, but I like to see a MACD cross. down here, the blue going above the orange line before I get in. It's just one of those indicators that can help out. And so on mask, we got 5% to the SMA line. Got a cluster of candles here, around 10%. And again, up here about 12.3. So intriguing. Mask on Binance. All right, we'll look at one more on the Buddy Coin Crawler, then we'll throw it open for discussion. Let's look at this one, Ray. I'm not really familiar with it. Well, we'll look at a Coinbase Pro one. Cody, we'll look at Cody. That's the new listing there. All right, Cody on the day chart. New listing, so not much there. Yeah, big pump and dump. This is what I was talking about. We got a big pump here, then it drops and it pumps again. So I've been seeing this kind of pattern. But I used to think, well, it's too late. I got in too late. But there's these secondary pumps that have been coming from these new listings. So there's even a third one. I mean, they're all lower highs, but there's money to be made here. If you catch this one here, 11%, that's good stuff. 1 hour. All right, 5-minute chart. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 5 dipper. Small MACD cross, a couple green candles, could be coming back. Take a quick look at Bitcoin. It's usually a good idea to look at Bitcoin before you enter any trade anyway. It's trending up a little bit on the 5-minute. So only about 3% to the SMA line, not bad, but got some resistance here around just under 6%. Some more resistance here around just under 8%. So yeah, some good entries here, and some room to move between 3 and 6%. That's what we like on our iCoinPro and our Altcoin Alert trades. So, well, that's about all I have for the Buddy Coin Crawler on iCoinPro. Any other questions on Altcoin Alert, iCoinPro, or any other coins you want to look at? I thought somebody mentioned one that we hadn't looked at yet.
That was brought up.
Dot, that's the one.
Mhm.
So let's look at Dot. All right, overview, day chart. Really good recovery. And then a little bit of a dip here and then coming back. On the 1 hour, big pump. This afternoon up to 27.50, then pretty big drop, probably due to Bitcoin. And yeah, this was pumping big this afternoon. Then, got her squeeze. And then bubbling out. 1, 2, 3, and then coming back up. Small MACD cross. So got 1.5% to the SMA line. And
If you back
then-
that up to look at the day chart on that,
Okay.
you may have already done that, but like I've got a little bit and I'm upside down and I was okay this afternoon. I thought it would keep going. Yeah, so that's what I think.
Okay.
46 there. See, we've got lots of room to go, even though it's
Right. That's the one nice thing about trading now is if you're interested in swing trading and holding longer, most of these coins, the established coins have room to move up to their May highs. So
Is that May? Cause I swear it wasn't that. Maybe
Yeah,
I
May
need to go look and
May
see what I've
14th.
got in.
and May 19th was the big drop.
Now, I swear I just got in last week, like probably Friday or Thursday,
Okay,
maybe Saturday, hell, who knows?
that'd be around here. Say 46 or 26?
I thought I said 46, but who knows?
Yeah,
I've
no,
looked at way too many. Hold on,
You
let
didn't
me
buy
look.
46 recently.
I didn't, no, okay, that's a
I
good
don't-
thing. I'd be way the hell in the hole.
Yeah, it hit 46 at the very, May 14th. So,
I'm looking. to See what I did.
well, if you have the capital, that's where you buy in. You kind of ladder buy. You can sell, take the loss, or buy on the way down these spots here. And then your profit area, you'd be pretty close to that by now. So
Orders.
ladder buying on a larger scale than what I usually do on the day trading and 5-minute charts. So, all right, on the
Yeah, I've got
5-minute.
I've got to sell in at 28.80 based on whatever it did months ago. Pie in the sky, but okay.
Okay.
It's dot, where did I buy? 27. Okay.
All right, my XLM's in profit now. Cool. Well, maybe I spoke too soon.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm far from gloating, so
Hey, CJ, a question for you.
Sure.
I've been trying to get my alerts working on TradeView,
okay.
and I get them set, but I never hear anything or see anything. What am I missing here?
All right, it's a good question. Alerts are critical to day traders. So
That's why I asked.
it's really, I've spent hours and hours on especially on setting alerts on the RSI, on some other indicators that I use. So
Well, I'm just in the basic Bollinger Band. I don't have all that other stuff yet. So I'm just a
yeah, you can
basic
set
kind of.
alerts on, like if it goes above or below the Bollinger Bands, you can set those alerts. Those are kind of a headache though.
Yeah, but how do you get them to tell you you got an alert unless you're sitting right here at the desk all the time?
All right, let's do that. Let's say on DOT, we want, like Robert suggested, we want to put a low buy order in, but we want to see it first. So we've got some resistance or some support here. So set an alert, I'm gonna right click, add alert 25.32. And I'm expecting to see, okay, this is a price alert. I set a lot of my alerts on indicators. So I'm expecting to see 4 options here, but when you're just using a price, it only gives you 2. You can do it only once or every time it hits this price. So I like round numbers, so I usually decrease it down to a 0. That's just my quirk.
Yeah, see, I
And-
click every time and I get all kinds of emails, but I would like to notice when the first email hits to say, hey, something happened here,
I've learned there are a couple things, like you can, if you go to more actions there, you can get a sound, on your desktop and see how CJ has notify on app. That's great. And then right there, the send email to SMS, then you'll get a text as well if you check that and set that one up.
Ah,
Yeah, you
Where-
probably have to scroll down. Like
Okay,
you
where
can't-
is send to SMS? Oh, there it is.
Just
Okay.
Below
yeah, just
Chirpy?
below.
Okay.
Right, and this
Yeah,
is, I don't want this cluttering up my email, so I don't use it. I don't want the email. I want the pop-up on my computer, and I want my app to let me know in case I'm away from my computer. So those are the 2 I check.
What is the app? When it says the app, is that this app that we're on?
Yeah, a trading view app on your phone.
Okay,
Yeah,
got
you
it.
should, all you guys should have that. So,
oh, okay. That's why I'm not getting it. I just have it on my desktop.
oh no, you gotta
Oh,
have
yeah,
trading view
yeah,
app
you
on
want
your
it
There you
phone.
go.
all over the place.
Okay, got it.
And I use this
See?
chirpy one because it's a little less obnoxious, but all these are all these will give you a headache.
I-
Spin
you know
one.
Let's hear
know what I-
chirpy.
I gotta say, the 3 reverbs, even if I'm not at my computer, I can usually hear it.
Oh yeah,
in the
you'll hear
house.
that one.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, okay, something's there. Then I'll look at my phone and sure enough, it's there.
Okay.
Well,
I'll
the alarm
play
clock
that
will
tomorrow.
ruin your day, so don't use
Yeah.
that one.
So you guys have phones, huh?
Yeah, we're in the
You're funny,
21st
John.
century, John, come on.
I don't use them to talk to anybody, but yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
my dad
Note
still has
to
a car
self.
phone, so.
Hey CJ, I've got a question.
Okay,
I'm quite new and I'm using the free version of TradingView at the moment.
okay.
What level of, I'm finding it's insufficient and I need a subscription, but I'm really reluctant to get subscriptions until I'm actually making money. What level of subscription do you think, or could you use, or what's the
Yeah,
suggestion?
if you're serious about this, you need to go with the paid plan, the $15 one, which gives you 10 alerts. That's the pro plan, I believe. I'm the
Yeah.
pro plus, so I get 30 alerts, which is sufficient for me. And there's a one above that as well. So I'd say at least try the pro plan for $15 a month and see if that
Right.
meets your needs.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then you'll have a decision to make. But yeah, you usually have to spend money a little bit to make money. So there's certain essential tools that we need as traders, and TradingView is, for me anyway, one of those tools that I'm willing to pay for.
Yeah.
So
That's where I'm at on the pro plan, and it gives me 3 or 4 charts that I can have lined up. I actually set one up. It's a review chart, so I know when I kick it up, it's going to come up with everything I want on it, and then I go to my list on the side, and I can hit stuff as quick as you do now. I just don't have all of those tabs out on top anymore. But it helps me out just at that little $15 plan. That's been a blessing, and yeah, I've done 61 sales this month, so it's working good for me.
all right, cool.
Cool.
Great,
Any,
thanks for the advice.
All right, you're welcome. Any other questions on alerts?
Thanks, EJ.
All right, thank you.
Look at Crypto Dude's comment
Crypto dude.
in the chat.
Way to describe annually on Black Friday, usually 60% off for the year for TradingView.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's what I did.
Cool.
Yeah, I pay mine annually, so
Nice.
There you go.
Here's a good
Yeah.
tip.
That
thank you for
is.
that, crypto dude. And oh my, it's 6 o'clock, guys. So I did speak too soon. Now my XLM is out of profit. So
Yeah.
anyway, I've got to get
But-
going. If you have any other questions, email me at cryptocj13@gmail.com. I'll also send out the link to this probably tomorrow to the replay, and we'll go from there. So thank you so much for joining. Hope to see all or most of you on Friday.
Thanks, CJ.
Thank
Have
you,
a great night.
CJ.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes.